didn't mean to share. Hello, everyone, and welcome to. Oh, wait. Tommy's video's open in the background now here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Silver Sunday on this Sunday night, December the 5th. How are you all doing?
Doing well.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Tommy, my legs are still a little bit rubbery.
Oh, are they? Well, yeah, you got a good workout.
I did get a good workout. Yeah, and it's not funny because BJ's been laughing at me since yesterday. I'll get up and I'll go, "Oh, my legs," and she's just like, "Ha ha ha ha!" I'm like, "BJ laughing at me." So,
Tee-hee.
So for those of you who are, and we've got a video to show. So for those of you who don't know, Tommy's been taking me on his bike rides, or some of his bike rides with him. It's funny. I noticed the last time, not yesterday, Tommy, but the other time that we rode, Tommy, we probably spent 2 hours out riding around, something like that. And then I noticed from Facebook, Tommy goes and spends another 3 hours doing another like 600 miles.
Yeah.
It's like, good grief.
Well, we're having a good time, getting out there, exercising, getting that heart, getting the heart pumping.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What happens when you get old? You got to start working out a little more. Don't want to become a couch potato.
Oh, so. I had a blast. Yeah, and I especially needed because I had some. I guess when did I go back to I saw the doctor Friday, and my cholesterol.
He told you not to exercise?
No. No, that my cholesterol is just a little bit up. Remember, I fought cholesterol probably 8 years ago. It was around 393. For those of you who don't know, 200 is they want it to be below 200, and so my cholesterol was super high.
The bad cholesterol. There's two kinds. Yeah,
right.
That's the bad.
Yeah,
and they want the good stuff to go up and the bad stuff to go down.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, and mine was super bad, and we took care of it. So we got it under control, and even got off medicine. I got on some pharmaceutical medicine and helped get it under control. And then we changed my diet. I say we, BJ did most of it, and started taking some all natural supplements and stuff like that. And so got it under control. So I even got off the medicine, And so when we went back this last time, it was just a little bit. She's like, I'm not super concerned about it because, it hasn't been, in my other blood work, it hasn't been high. And I can't remember. I want to say it was like 220. She said, but, we want it below the 200 number. So it's like, yeah. So going and biking with Tommy was really good. So I gotta keep doing that. The good news is my blood pressure was better than it has been in the last 2 years. Now BJ says the reason for that is because I just started my vacation.
That can have a lot to do with it.
Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, I am Roland. I'm your host for tonight. And, we're just going to be talking about some Kickstarter stuff. We're going to be ending here really soon. And then just some other stuff. So, Pete, tell folks who you are.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just a penciler. I'm just a penciler for Silverline. I draw just a penciler. What do I draw?
Okay.
I draw Silverline Team Up Champion Miss Fury. And
right. Man, does it look good.
What else do I draw? I've drawn there's a little cat and mouse story in the Christmas special. I'm finishing off Trump's issue 4.
Right.
Am I doing any others? No, that's it.
And can you mention that other project that you did? Not for us, but for somebody else. Can you mention that yet?
Oh yeah, you had like a top secret thing.
The rock band.
Well, that's what I'm finishing right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
They sent me another 5 pages to do, so I'm doing that.
Okay. So you can't talk about that still yet.
No, we get to guess some more since we did such a poor job last week.
We don't want to irritate him.
You did a terrible job.
Okay.
I've drawn other stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Other people other than Silverline, but that's not important. So,
Yeah, and you've got something up on Webtoons.
I've got the webtoons. Yeah,
Yep.
I was looking at that the other day. I really should do something with that. I continue it, but I haven't got time.
I tell you what, if you figure out where
It's
to
good
find
to be
extra
busy.
time,
I tell
yes,
you,
it
let me
is.
know
It's
how
good
you
to be
do it.
busy. Yeah, if you
It is
figure
good to
it
be
out, let me
busy.
know.
I did a bit of Miss Meow for Merc
Yeah.
magazine.
Miss Meow. Okay.
Yeah,
I know. I wonder what that's about.
Meow.
Meow.
I feel like I'm a lot busier than that, but no.
And well, you have been busy because you got a youngin' due here in
Oh, that's right.
He's
Yeah.
been busy
In a
doing
few
something.
baby Silverline has come along
Woohoo.
Keep me
in
busy. Yeah. He
May.
hasn't paid that bit yet, but he paid the right money. He can sponsor child.
All right, well, thank you, Pete. Joining us again tonight is
Who?
Rob Davis. Rob,
Hello.
who you are.
I am Rob Davis. I'm probably best known for drawing Malibu's Star Trek Deep Space Nine back in the 1990s. Since then, I've been doing all kinds of things. Lately, I've been doing Twilight Grimm. I've been penciler for that for Silverline. I'm also the art director and designer for Airship 27, which is a new pulp publisher that takes old pulp characters that are in public domain and hands them off to today's writers and artists, and we publish. My partner and I, Ron Fortier, publish them, and nice little sideline.
Yep.
Make a little extra money, but and I'm retired from the real world of work, so I can do all this stuff all that I want now.
Yeah, and all of your quote unquote free time, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I'm busier now than when I had a day job. And I like it. And the thing is that the stuff I'm busy with, I like doing. So
yes,
yeah,
and that's important.
It is as they say, it's good to be king.
Yes,
king of retirement. Yes.
Curtis.
Curtis,
who you are?
Hi, I'm Curtis Fujita. I'm the creative director at Silverline. I'm also a Kung Fu instructor. I'm the creator of the upcoming Silverline comic book called Shadow Ghost. It's the Kung Fu comic by a Kung Fu master. And if you haven't checked it out yet, we have our first music video of the Silverline property. So it's on the Shadow Ghost property, and it's by Capitan Wallace. It's called Drunken Tiger, and it's out now.
Drunken Tiger. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet a
Tiger,
tiger.
Hidden Curtis.
We were going with inebriated feline, but Drunken Tiger.
Inebriated feline.
Oh, jeez.
That's marketing there.
Yeah. All right.
Very cool. Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you.
Tommy. Tell folks who you are.
Thomas Floramonte Jr. Been doing comics since the early 90s. Worked for pretty much everybody there and abouts. Did a lot of stuff with Roland in the earlier Silverline lines, and some of the Cat and Mouse stuff, some of the Demon Tail stuff at the very beginning there. And also got to work with Roland doing some Ultraverse books over on the Nightman stuff and all that good stuff. But right now I'm inking Mr. Pete on pretty much all the stuff that Mr. Pete talked about. Got the book sitting over there. I should have went and grabbed. Maybe I'll go grab a copy of it.
Yes,
the team up book and the I don't know if I'm supposed to even be shown.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Oh,
what
look
is
at that.
Yes.
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Hold that back up, because hopefully that'll be shipping this coming week.
I was going to say, where's my copies?
Oh, this is I printed. We got it, almost all of it printed. Well, on the other side of what I'm working on is I'm also the co-owner of Kablam Digital Printing, and so we do pretty much all of the Silverline printing. And We've got most of all of the guts of the Christmas Kickstarter done. Here it is, everybody. So I printed off a copy to make sure that all the binding and stuff looked right, and it looks pretty fantastic.
Pretty
good.
Pretty spiffy.
Yep. Oh, let me look at this some more. Oh, I'm sorry. And it's almost all printed. Hopefully Monday, Tuesday, we'll have it all bound up, and then Roland can grab it and get it shipped out here in the next few days.
Sounds good.
Oh, and then I'm also working on Rejects. That'll be the book that we're going to kickstart in January. Rejects and what are we doing?
Sniper and Rook.
Sniper and Rook. Yeah. So here's some of the pages. I do some of it on paper, a lot of it digitally. Let's see if we can see some of the artwork and stuff. But
so good.
And besides that, like I said, I do the Kablam stuff, and then when I have any spare time, I'm trying to do bike riding, and like we talked about earlier, I'm trying to kill Roland, getting my alligators out on the.
Tommy sent me a video. Let me see if I can.
Now, I tried to. I was putting it together here really fast at the end. It's probably it's about 5 minutes. It's a little long, but it's really fast. As fast as action, but it shows the alligator. I did get I was filming when we were doing the alligator thing. So
okay,
if you guys want,
that looked very manga there for a second.
I added some special effects to it, so it speeds through it all pretty quick, except for the alligator part, which you'll see. And if there's anything, my wife and I watched it a second ago about. Oh man, I got music and everything.
Yeah, I know. Well, so here was so I tried to upload it because I see the video in the Dropbox. I tried to upload it to StreamYard, but it's too big. Yeah, it says the size limit for video clips in StreamYard.
Yeah, because I couldn't crunch it down. I was just trying to get it. I edited it in LumaFusion and I output it as fast as possible.
There's a share button on the bottom where you can share a video. Tommy, I don't know if you have it on your current device, but it says you can share a video file.
It's on my iPad. Let me see if I can get it to.
Sure. All right. Oh, wait. Yeah, let me see if I can do that actually.
Play it on your.
Oh, I may be able to do it. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, play it on your.
Oh, look, and we're even still here.
Wow.
Yeah.
You cycle really quick.
Trying to,
what's the speed limit?
Now this part was easy because that was all downhill. Man, it looks like I'm pedaling really fast.
Yeah, so there's Mr. Roland.
But the problem is, probably made me go back up the hill.
Oh wait, I've got the video of that too.
This is the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, all of our 2.5 hour trip wrapped up in 5 minutes. And I needed to really have cut half of that out, but I ran out of time. So I apologize ahead of time, but it's fun.
So there was a really cool place about midway.
Yeah, I skipped all of that part.
Oh, so we don't get to see the lake?
No. Because I was trying to cut this down so fast. Remember, this is video. Ask Curtis. Curtis just edited a whole video. You got to cut out stuff.
But the lake was like the best view.
Yeah, but I left the alligator in.
Okay.
All right.
It's like I'm playing a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of the things Tommy told me, he's like, if you see an alligator, don't panic. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I wasn't worried. I'm like, I'm not going to panic. I see an alligator. We're not going to panic because it's going to be like over there and I'm going to be fine. He didn't tell me we're going to ride within like 3 feet of the dadgum thing. Yeah, I had a slight little panic. You can see me start. I don't know if it's on the video or not. But
I've got the dialogue in there, but I was going to put word balloons about what we were talking about. So we'll come up on it here in a second. And
yeah,
maybe we can hear. We got to listen really close, and you can hear our conversation. Here, it's coming up here in a second.
Yeah, because I remember this area is where it was at.
Yeah, right. I switched to another
You'll see me
just
get over
regular
in front of you a
video
little
mode
bit.
here in a
Oh,
second.
we just passed it, didn't we?
No. It's
Okay.
okay.
Because I know I like almost come over in your lane.
Yeah, I know. Here it goes.
Oh yeah, it was just before that turn.
Okay, y'all, listen real close. Maybe you can hear what we're saying. Or maybe not.
And Steven is really happy or surprised,
Here it comes.
with the all the angles and stuff.
Look at the alligator! Look!
Oh crap! Oh man!
Well, listen.
That's how Sharon and I did it. You got goosebumps? Yeah.
We're about
Want to go back
to.
and get a picture? All right, keep going.
All right, pause it for a second because you couldn't hear it. Pause it for half a second.
Okay.
So right there, Roland's in front of me, and I could see him all 10 step. And I said, "Did you have goosebumps?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do you want to turn around and take pictures?" And he goes, "No."
Not just no, but hell no. Oh man!
All right, let it play out, and then
Okay.
it kind of wraps it up real quick.
Yeah. And see, the other alligators we see is more like what I was kind of expecting.
Yeah, just
Like,
further
oh,
off the trail.
they're down in the creek, and I got plenty of room to get away from them. Well, that was a walking dude, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is us heading back up to the trailhead. So at the end of this thing is like the beginning. It's got this big hill that you got to go switch back to get to the top of the trailhead.
Yeah. And that's a killer getting up that thing.
There was Roland. We made it to the top of the hill. Yay! We made it.
Yeah, I had to, you probably noticed I had to walk my bike up the last.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it.
Just us congratulating ourselves and patting ourselves on the back, and that was it.
Was that on a GoPro or what'd you use?
That is it's a 360 camera. So
cool.
it's a the Insta 360R camera. So it's one of those ones that it's on basically a selfie stick, but it because it's a 360 camera, it erases the stick, so you can put the camera way out in front of you, and it's almost like a drone. And then you can control where the camera is looking in the editing software, so you can move it around all over the place. So it could be going forward, and then I could flip the camera around, and it could be facing me, and then it would look like it was a cameraman out in front of you, kind of a thing.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how you get those angles. That's so cool.
Oh, no. I meant to say that I did all that by hand.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, there's our Kickstarter.
Yep.
Look at that. We're doing great.
Oh, hi.
Let's see if I
Yay.
can't. There we go. All right. So yeah, you guys can see we got 60 backers. We are 68. We got 68 minutes to go. We are at 29:31. So we are $769 away from getting this
Push.
getting this stretch goal. R.A. Jones's novel, Gun Glory, which is published by Airship 27 Productions.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
So those of you know R.A., he did a whole bunch of stuff back from Malibu in the day. A lot of stuff with Rob. A lot of folks continually bring up to us Scimitar. Rob and Ari worked on Scimitar. Rob's already mentioned the other stuff he worked on at Malibu, but Ari did the protectors, and just a whole host of other things at Malibu. So this is our stretch goal, and you can see we are literally just $69
away. Yep.
Yep. If we can get that last $69, then every tier level gets a digital copy of Ari Jones's Gun Glory.
PDF copy. Yep.
A PDF.
Just like the book. Yep.
So
nice.
He
just like the
rode a
printed
gunfighter's trail. So
That's great.
So
get
Rob,
over there and pledge.
Get over there and pledge. That's right. Get over there and pledge. So Rob, I know last week we asked you all kind of questions about like how you and Ari met and that kind of thing, how you got associated with our so if you got a minute, tell folks how so you have just wrapped up Twilight Grimm issue number 4, right?
Yes, just finished it up a couple of weeks ago, I think, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep.
It's
the
all
artwork,
done in the can and off. Yes,
that's right. Yeah, so
nice.
all we got to do now. Number 4 has to be lettered and colored, obviously.
Right. Yep.
But tell folks what you recall about getting this project started, Twilight Grimm.
Well,
I like that.
I think it was you that contacted me. Was it you that asked me? And you sent me 4 different proposals that RA had put together.
Yep.
And I looked them all over. I said, yeah, I might be interested. Send them over and let me take a look at them. And I looked them all over, and I really liked this one with Twilight Grimm because it had vampires in it.
Right.
And it was kind of a dystopian situation. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Let's do that one. There was another one that was also set in a dystopian period where it was kind of people were trying to get away from, I forget what the bad guys were. Yeah. But they were trying to get away from these folks, and the whole series was about them traveling across. And it's kind of like Lost. They're kind of like Babylon, or not Babylon 5. Battlestar Galactica. Took me a second there. How they're running away from the Cylons, trying to get to a safe spot, which was in Babylon. Why do I keep saying Babylon? Battlestar Galactica. They were trying to get to Earth to get away from the Cylons. So, but this one intrigued me more, and I also thought, well, vampires are pretty popular right now. Maybe this will be something people will be interested in seeing us do. So that's the one I picked, and then RA sent me the script, and we went from there.
Yeah, that's right. I remember talking to RA, and we were just kicking different things around, and then when we started, said, well, what we need to find someone to draw it. He said, who I'd like to work with, if at all possible. He goes, he goes, I'd love to do something again with my old buddy Rob Davis. And I said, well, let me reach out to him. I'll give him a holler to see what he thinks. And that was how and why I reached out to you, because we had talked to Ari and I had talked about it. So I'm like, yeah, I really like that idea. So
and from what he said to me later, he was figuring that was be the one I would pick, or he was hoping that Twilight Grimm was be the one that I would pick.
I will tell you this. I can't remember it now because this has been, some time back, but Twilight Grimm was not my top choice.
Yes, I remember that. It was not your top choice.
It was my second choice, but it was not my top choice. And I cannot remember what the other one was called now, but
I can't either. It's been thinking, 3 years now almost.
Yes, it's been a minute. I've slept a time or two since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember thinking, oh man, I really hope he picks this one. Is there anything I can do to weight the scales.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were.
I
I didn't know you were really pulling for it like that. I might have given it another look-see. And
No.
do you remember which one it was? Was it the one I was talking about?
No.
You don't even remember the plot? Okay.
I don't. I've slept since then. I've read a whole bunch of stories and pitches since then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, I seem to remember you saying something about the fact that you had hoped I would pick this other thing that he had done, but I can't remember which one it was either.
I can't either.
I can't remember. There were 2 other pitches as well.
Yes.
I don't remember those storylines at all, so I don't remember what those were at all.
No.
The only thing I'm thinking one of them was a Western, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
Which would have been interesting too. I have yet to do a Western comic book. I've done many other genres.
Do you have a desire to do a Western?
I think it would be interesting to do one. Yeah. Why?
Okay. That's interesting.
Okay. Right now, I have another project lined up right now. That's a 4-issue thing, so that it'll be a while before I can come back to Silverline.
I'm making a note. I'm making a note of that.
Okay. Yeah, and I would, and if RA's got one, it would be. I would love to do one with him, but another one would be fine too. I wish we could get the Lone Ranger. I would love to draw the Lone Ranger, but I know that's impossible. I think who's got that now? Dynamite.
I think Dynamite's got that now.
Or IDW. I forget which one. But they had they were the last ones to have the rights, I believe. I think it was Dynamite.
I'm trying to remember. Ari did a Western that I enjoyed quite a bit. I think he did one called Pistolero.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I was, I think when that was getting pitched was when I was starting to get work over at DC on their Star Trek stuff. Okay. And then came back to Malibu and was doing Deep Space Nine. So I think that's what derailed me possibly doing that with him. It ended up being a pretty nice little book, really.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I can't remember who the artist was. I remember.
It's been quite a while ago, so I can't think of who it is either.
I have a memory of the cover in my head, but I can't remember who the artist was.
No, I don't know if they're still working in the business or not.
So,
probably
Curtis,
not.
That's me.
Yeah. Since you were around in those days back at Malibu, what are your memories of RA and Rob?
Well, definitely, the Deep Space Nine. I remember that. I remember on RA's side all the Protectors and what became known as the Genesis line, but the Protectors, which was really fun series, and I guess a lot of those things RA has kind of continued those public domain characters, right, or different iterations of them. But but I mean, I just remember how as far as the writing goes, RA was like prolific at Malibu. I mean, like anything, almost
still
anything,
is.
Almost anything that wasn't an Ultraverse title was an RA Jones title.
Right? Yeah.
But it's funny that Rob was mentioning Lone Ranger, because I remember the Now Comics Green Hornet, and I didn't even realize at the time that Green Hornet technically is actually the descendant of the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, he's the great nephew of the Lone Ranger. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And when you look at the story, it's almost identical. I mean, he has his sidekick who's from a different, ethnic background.
Instead of a white horse, it's a black car.
Yeah.
He's got an ethnic sidekick. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So would I wasn't too sure, Rob. Have you ever worked on anything Green Hornet related, or would that be something that you would entertain? That's an interesting story. When it was at Now Comics, I had been working for Now Comics. Okay. And we mentioned the book I was working on, Die Kamikaze. I think the last time we got together, and toward the end of that book, the checks started not coming on time.
Now.
And at one point they stopped coming. So I stopped working and ended up having to threaten to sue. I finally got all my money, but there were other people who got burned pretty badly. So anyway, later on, then that was before Now Comics acquired Green Hornet. Now at that point, Ron Fortier came up with a pitch for reviving the Green Hornet as a generational character, which he was to start with, because he's the Lone Ranger. So then the great nephew was the Green Hornet, and then after that, the Green Hornet had several generations, and that was what the gist of the series was for him. So at one point, they were talking about doing a mini series in addition to the regular series, set in the 1960s with that Britt Reed of the 1960s, played by Van Johnson from the TV show. And guess who Ron Fortier tried to tap to draw that?
You.
Yeah,
There you
me.
go.
Wow.
He called me up. He wrote me a letter, and then I think he ended up calling me, but I don't remember exactly whether it was just through letters or email or how it was. But anyway, I essentially told him, well, Now Comics and I aren't on good terms, and I'm not interested in working for him, even though I would love to draw the Green Hornet. So I came that close to actually doing it.
Wow.
But yeah, to actually doing that. And that would have been a lot of fun, and I was very, very disappointed that I had to tell him no. But anyway, that's what started the relationship with Ron that eventually led to us hooking back up again in the 2000s, 2002, 2003, somewhere in there, where I was doing an online comic strip, which was the precursor for Route 66, that book I was talking about. I don't remember. Was that this one, or was it Wednesday? Might have been Wednesday when we were talking about the spirit of Route 66. It's a book a concept that I came up with that I actually ended up doing a book with. But I first tried to do it as a web comic book. What I did was post Saturday sized or Sunday color section sized strips every week, kind of like in the newspaper. How the Sunday strip is like 3 tiers. Well, I made mine 2 tiers, so it would fit in the format of an iPad or a computer screen. And I did that for a while, and Ron ran across it, and of course it had my email hooked to it. So he got a hold of me, and then we started doing the pulp stuff. We did an online comic strip about Dr. Satan, which was a pulp character from back in the 20s and 30s, and we did a story about that, and then we kind of rolled that into doing a book on the same character, Dr. Satan, and we did a book on that. I illustrated it, and then that rolled over into some more stuff. We did Brother Bones. Then it started steamrolling, and now Airship 27, which is what all that turned into. We're now doing about 24 books a year. So
that's
24
books.
Yeah, printed books. Yep.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It is. It's 2 a month, but I'm not drawing all of them, but I am designing them all, and I'm creating the logos and putting it in the program to get it ready for print. But yeah, we do the average is about 2 a month. Some months we don't do anything because no one's on a deadline. Everyone is working on a back end deal. We don't pay any money up front, which we're not making much, first of all. But it's mostly for fun. But we do pay royalties, but it's on the back end. We don't sell a lot of copies, but we are having a great deal of fun, and that's what keeps me pretty busy in my retirement. But that all came from Ron Fortier contacting me to draw the Green Hornet. So and he was that, which was a very popular book written by Ron back in the
Oh, yeah.
90s. Very popular book.
I've got a whole, you can't see, well, I've got a whole bunch of them. I've got a run of the Green Hornets back there written by Ron.
And I think the first issue had a painted cover by Steranko. I think I could be wrong.
Yes, it did.
It was a great cover.
Well, it's a swipe.
Oh, it is
really?
Really?
Yeah, it's a swipe. It's a swipe from the cover of a book of a character we actually published at Airship 27. He's a public domain character called Captain Hazard.
Huh.
He was a one-hit wonder. He only ever had one book published back in the pulp era, and the cover is essentially the exact same layout that Steranko used for that first cover of the Green Hornet.
Wow,
that's funny.
You know, one thing I'd be curious about is because I think that kind of pulp DNA is definitely present in RA's comic book work. Twilight Grimm, I really feel that, but I can't articulate what it is that quantifies something as pulp versus not, because I don't know if it's just so ubiquitous in pop culture now, or what would any of you say would be like hallmarks of that, or what?
So how would you define pulp?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We've had that discussion at Airship 27 and at some of the conventions that we've gone to, and what it kind of boils down to is very fast-paced writing, kind of very pared down, not a lot of descriptive, but it's very fast-paced. There's a distinctive bad guy and a good guy, and it takes different permutations throughout. But any action films you see today, James Bond, he's essentially pulp. Jack Reacher, pulp. Anything that's kind of like that. Strangely enough, Perry Mason is actually a pulp character. He was first written as short stories in pulp magazines, and eventually Earl Stanley Gardner turned it into novels. But anything like that that's got that fast paced bang 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 bang, page turning stuff, has a lot of action in it.
Hey Rob,
that's pulp. Yeah.
I think every time your microphone must be on your string here. Yeah. And whenever you move, it's going pop 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 pop, making these really loud cracking noises.
Yeah, and I'm not hearing it. So
yeah, we were trying to figure out what it was, and I'd like shut everybody's mics off, and I'm like, that's Rob. His microphone must be on your
I will stop banging against the string here.
I think it's because you're talking with your hands, right?
Yeah, I'm a hand talker. I'm gonna have to sit on them now, I guess.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
That's okay. It took us a bit to figure that out. We're like, who's making this noise while Rob is talking? It's like
I muted myself just to see. Is it me?
Yeah, think about it. I muted you. I muted Pete. I muted. It's like, okay, that's Rob doing that.
All right. Now that I know, I'll probably be sitting here like this all night now.
And it's just because your mic is on your your cord there.
I tried doing this without doing that, and I was it was hard to hear me. So that's why I started using the earphones and the microphone. But
you almost have to use earbuds or headphones or something, or otherwise you get a nasty echo, and it plays havoc with the systems. But
yep.
I prefer them actually. This big set of headphones here, right? Mm-hmm. But my problem is they don't like my glasses, and they when I wear them too long, they press down on my ears, and so where my glasses are, it begins to kind of hurt there.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
I have the same thing. Now, if I did this over at my computer, which is over that way from where I'm sitting right now, the background behind me is so cluttered and is distracting that I've decided to use my iPad for this. I've actually got a microphone that I use for that. But the background is so distracting, it's ridiculous. Almost as bad as those lights behind Tommy.
Well, I got to say,
All right. Well, then I'm changing them to something else. Then.
No,
I
I'm
like
just
your-
teasing. I'm
I
just
like your
teasing.
background now, Rob. Because
I do
like
too.
the fact-
Oh,
yeah, we could. It's an artist
yeah,
background.
this is my workstation. This is where I do the drawing and you could see some of the stuff I've got stuck to the wall here. I've got a panoramic picture of Mars is right there above my desk, and then above that is my wife's uncle was an artist, and he was one time commissioned to write different words on a naked woman, to paint them on a naked woman, and that's what that is.
I use that line all the time.
I know. That sounds great.
I want to paint you. Yes, yeah, I'm going to paint words on you. But that's what's hanging up there, and then all the stuff over here on this side is all the inking and coloring materials, and I've got markers and all kinds of stuff over here on this side.
That's great.
But yeah, this is my workstation.
Yeah. No, I like that as a background. It's very cool. It's fitting for you, you know.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's just why I moved it over here instead of that cluttered. I've got some Star Trek models on a shelf behind me over here and a bunch of other stuff, but it's all it's not organized real well, and it's kind of cluttered. This is much better, much more illustrative.
Yes. Yeah. So I have, in case he's listening, I don't know whether he's listening or not. I have invited Stephen Butler again.
Yeah.
I sent him the link. And of course, you know, I know Tommy, he's told you this too, right? He's always said, yeah, I live out in the sticks. So, you know, my internet, blah, blah, blah. Dude, you got a cell phone, you stream Netflix and all that other kind of stuff. Your internet's good enough. So
if you can stream Netflix, you can do this.
That's what I keep telling him to.
Yep.
I think, well, he's probably listening. So
he may be listening. Yeah. So, but I sent him the link.
Come on.
I sent him the link and said, here's the link. Come join us and hang out.
Maybe he's just shy.
Oh,
he's not shy.
Yeah, he's not.
I don't
I'm going to
know
send him
too
the
many
link too right now. Let's see if I can get him to come on.
I don't know too many comic book artists or writers who are shy. Really. No, you can't be shy and do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've known some.
You can't stay shy.
No, that's the thing. You can be shy, but you can't stay shy. I mean, I've known some who are, you know, I guess you can say reserved, and they don't really want to, you know, get out of their shell too much. But you're right. You can't stay that way, and you know, particularly in today's the way it is today. You know, of course, I teach creative writing, and a lot of my students, they're like, yeah, I just want to go write in my cave and send my writing out into the world. And I'm like, well, that's a nice dream, and maybe if you lived in 1750, you could do that. But this is not 1750, and you can't do that anymore. You gotta actively promote your work. So
you got to figure out some way to do it.
Yes, right.
You can you don't have to get on screen and do what we're doing now. You could probably get on Facebook or LinkedIn or something like that and do a lot of that. But
Steven's on now, and he said that you just sent him a link. He said, "What is it?" I said, "Click it. I dare you."
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. We dare you.
Click it. I dare you.
Click it.
That's great.
But yeah, no, you can't be shy. You can't be shy to be in this business anymore. Nope.
Rob, have you ever met Stephen Butler?
I don't believe if I have. It was a long time
you're
ago
wearing a shirt
at a convention.
Is what I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we were probably at the same convention or something at the same time, but I don't know that I ever ran into him.
You're close enough regionally that you probably have done the same convention.
That's quite possible. Where's he live?
He lives down in South Mississippi.
Okay, yeah, he's not too awfully far away from me. No.
That's what I said regionally.
Yeah, I'm in middle
Missouri, right?
in the middle of Missouri, the northern half, just above the northern half right near the Missouri River, but as it goes through the top half of the state.
You're on the northern side of I-40, aren't you?
I-70.
I-70. Okay.
Yeah, 40 is way down in Arkansas.
Oh, that's
40
right.
is down
Yeah.
in Arkansas.
Yeah, 40's in Arkansas.
Highway 40. Yeah. Highway 40 goes through Missouri, but a lot of times it hooks up with I-70. I'm almost exactly halfway between St. Louis and Kansas City on I-70.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
So yeah. So I'm fortunately I'm a fan of both the Cardinals and the Royals baseball teams. So I have no problem with it, except that the Royals haven't been very good for quite a while now. But yeah. And I'm a fair weather fan. I don't pay attention unless they're doing well.
Yeah, see, I think Mitch is my dad's a Cardinal fan, so even giving you excuses.
Gonna have to pass this one.
Of course.
Oh, come on! Oh, chicken.
Yeah. The thing about it is,
of course, I'm kidding.
Oh, I know. The thing about it is, he's always blaming his internet, but I'm like, no, it's not your internet.
No, that's an excuse. I mean, you should be able to do it.
I think part of his hesitation, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tommy, I think part of his hesitation is that I think if he does it once, he's going to be there. Everybody's going to say, "Hey, do this, do that."
Well, I didn't want to say that on the air.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said it then.
No, I wouldn't have.
What?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So you're afraid that
5-second bleep, right? Yeah.
So he's afraid that everyone will start harassing him to do this. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people who vie for his time already, and and I think he's like, man, I want to draw. Leave me alone.
Well,
leave me alone.
There's some of that. Yeah, I would prefer to have my back turned to the camera right now and be drawing. But yeah, but you got it. It's like we were saying earlier, though. You got to
get out there and push your stuff.
You got to spend some time pushing this stuff so that people will be interested enough in what you're doing to see what it is that hey, that crazy guy Rob, what's he? He's talking about this stuff. Maybe as crazy as he is, it's got to be. It might be fun to read. I mean, I hope that's what's happening. But and I hope they do find it's fun to read. But you got to get out there and let people know that what you're doing. Otherwise, there is so much stuff out there right now. If you're not pushing it, it'll get lost in the shuffle.
Hey, Tommy, tell him he can talk about
people will
piano.
not see it.
Cool.
All right, he wrote me. He said maybe next time, and then he wrote some other personal stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get it.
We'll work on them. Yeah, we'll work on them during the week. Maybe next Sunday.
Yeah. So.
I'd like to talk with
our special. We're going to do a special coming up here. We're going to try to get as many Silverliners as we can.
Oh my word!
Yeah, because he's. I mean, who's not a silver liner if he's not one? I mean, he's the original silver liner. You, he, and Mitch, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. So.
But besides that, he provides pretty much a cover for every Kickstarter, so.
By the way, Curtis.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Mr. Curtis.
I probably ought not show it, should I?
Oh my gosh, you can. We might as well.
Are you okay with me showing it?
Of course. I want to see it.
I haven't.
So I got a package from Steven today. Obviously, this is. Oh, wait a minute. I got the blur.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, let me turn this stupid blur off.
Yeah, your background blur.
Yeah.
We can't see it.
Yeah, I know.
I use that on Skype when I'm doing stuff with Ron. It said blur the background or change the background.
Virtual background. That's where it is. None. Okay.
Oh, there it is. So all the focus.
There we go. Now this is now Tommy's already inked this, but this is the this is for the Kickstarter in January.
Wow. Yep.
So
the art's at the office.
Looking great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there's that. And of course, this is the one that this one's already been claimed. So unfortunately, this one is already taken on the current Kickstarter. Someone has already got this one and Tommy's inked version of it. So
Nice.
That's cool. And you have that one, I hope, right?
I think so. I think
hope so.
I've got new shelves here. I don't know if y'all noticed. I got new shelves, so I'm going to try to. I've got to organize things, right? Now this one also. This is an upcoming Trump's cover.
I love that. It's
classic.
So,
yeah. So if you're a longtime comic fan, you certainly recognize this classic George Perez Avengers cover.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. And of course, this one is also claimed the Christmas cover.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh no, let's see. Well, I don't know which one to show next. Okay, so are you ready? I wish I could get it closer than this, but.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is for the upcoming Shadow Ghost.
Yeah.
Which is Curtis's book.
Yeah. He did such a great job.
Nice.
I got that on vacation for Thanksgiving, and it made my Thanksgiving. I was like,
no doubt. No doubt.
And I'd colored Steven's work back at Malibu, and so it was when he did Spider-Man and Ultra Force. So it was like so cool to see him do those characters. Amazing.
So now this one was going to be for this Kickstarter, but unfortunately we didn't make it in time, the Kickstarter. So we're just going to use it for next Twilight Grimm. Okay.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh wow.
Isn't so
man.
Cool? Isn't it?
Oh
so
man.
That is so good.
Oh wow. Okay.
I love that.
And this is a Werewolf by Night cover.
Yeah, it's an homage. Yes. Oh wow.
Yeah. That's what all of these are. All of these are homage covers.
Yeah.
So
the little circle with the character in it, like the Marvel books were for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. And he did that.
I like that.
Yeah, and of course he did that because they're from this is from the Avengers, right? That was the Vision up there.
Yeah.
And I think there was one other. Oh yeah, this one right here. Also the Vision, right up there.
Yeah.
It actually, if you'll notice, those two guys have the exact same pose, right?
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
So, but yeah, it's because that's where the Vision was on the covers.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So very excited about that. I can't remember that I put it here. I haven't labeled them yet. So, but yeah. So unfortunately, these aren't gonna get to hang around with me very long. Oh, I had this up, didn't I? Not remove. How do I get back? Oh, like that? No, like that.
There you go.
They're not gonna hang around long with me because they're gonna go to backers. So, but
we got 34 minutes to go.
Oh, gosh,
34 minutes.
Anybody wants to get in on this Kickstarter, they better jump over there now.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So.
You want to get that?
Here we go. We got Patricky Lugo says, "Great job on the shadowghost.com website, Curtis Mitchell Fujita."
Oh, thank you, Patrick. Patrick's the co-host on the Comics Foo show that I do with Silverline, and he has his own book coming out called Tiger's Tale. He said it's like the Jungle Book meets, if you've ever heard the Taoist book, the Tao Te Ching. That's kind of his tagline. It's a really cool book. So glad you saw that. Thanks, Patrick.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool. Of course, we all know the Jungle Book, right?
Definitely.
What song do you start singing when in your mind when you hear the Jungle Book?
Bare necessities.
The bare necessities. The bare necessities.
Yeah, I think so. Pete, what about you? Which one do you start singing?
Yeah, bare necessities. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think now. Is there another one?
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
several.
I mean, I know there's
several
loads of songs.
There's the one by the orangutan.
Well,
Forget the name
yeah.
of the song.
Oh, I'm
Wanna Be
the
Like
king
You.
of the jungle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
The
good.
jungle.
Yeah.
I want to you. I want to be like you.
That's it. That's it.
Talk
Yeah.
like you, talk like you. And of course, the elephant song, right? Oh, no, I don't know the words.
Yeah.
I marked 10 Ks in a military style.
Seems to me that you watch this film too much.
Well, I will
Oh,
tell you this: it
man.
was one of my favorites as a kid, and then when my kids, of course, were watching cartoons, we watched that a lot with them. So
Yeah,
I have seen that movie a bunch of times.
Have you seen the remake they've done, the live action remake?
I did, and I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's John
It's pretty
Favreau,
good.
wasn't it? It was
Yep.
Didn't see
Yep.
it.
Yep,
Didn't
it
see
was. I was surprised that I enjoyed it quite a
Because
bit.
normally I think, why are they doing this? Just leave it alone. But no, it was good.
Well, I mean, that was my exact attitude of kind of like,
Well, you know,
I don't
a lot of the effects that they learned while doing the live action version were what they used for what's the big round dome screen thing that they use in the Mandalorian. You know, where they do all the filming of all that stuff. Yeah, they mastered that technique on that movie.
Really?
So, yeah.
Very cool.
Well, there you
You
go.
gotta watch some of that behind the scenes of how they did they've got like this big monster basketball sized room that's got computer screens all the way around it. So it's so they're virtually in this big, I forgot what do they call it. What do they call that thing? Do you guys remember? Have y'all seen those?
I know what you're talking about. It's like a wraparound screen, so they can shoot instead of a blue screen, you can actually do things live with the effects.
Yeah, and so I mean, again, it's weird because as the camera moves around, it's got the positioning thing, so it'll be super high def what the camera sees, but the rest of it's not rendered as well, so you can kind of see where the camera moves around. It's really cool. You got to watch those behind the scenes how they do that stuff. Yeah, it's really neat.
And when you're watching it, what they film, you can't tell it's a screen behind them.
No, what could you tell when you were watching Mandalorian? Most of Mandalorian was done on a computer set.
On a screen, yeah, it's on the green.
Yeah, but
screen.
it's not a green screen like you are a blue screen or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's all these monitors, high definition monitors that rendered the picture. So the camera's filming they're filming screens that are projecting real pictures on it, but it's not blue screen or green screen. You know how they put the stuff in after the fact? So the actors get to actually. Yeah, you got to watch some of those.
In the 1930s and 40s when they would do what's called rear projection.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they would project the background on a
thing, and then
screen.
the camera films the real actor in front of a projected
you see
background.
that a lot in 1950s TV shows where somebody's driving down the street and they see you see the cars behind them, but you can tell what it is.
Yeah,
but that's rear projection. That, like I said, they had a translucent screen. They had a projector on the back of it projecting the image on there.
So it's that same thing. I think they used some version of the Real engine, from the gaming engine. Yeah, the Unreal game engine. There's some sort of version of that souped up version. Don't put your money down on what I'm telling you, but it's some version of that. If you get a chance,
that's essentially the holodeck on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah, so they'll build real models of things and put them in this big room so they do have physical things, but then the backgrounds are all computer generated pictures, and they're acting against stuff.
We've gotten that much closer to a holodeck.
Wow. Yeah, it's really cool. You gotta go watch those videos. Yeah, it's on.
Disney I don't have Disney Plus. I don't have Disney Plus.
We gotta find that for you.
I am one of those cheap guys that refuses to pay for every single thing. Although it's getting close to the. They have enough stuff on there now that I'm interested in. I might actually watch it enough to make it worth getting.
before, maybe not before we're done with the stream tonight. I'll go on YouTube and I'll find some of those, and I'll send you the links to them so you can watch how they did that kind of stuff.
You got to put them in the comments.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The thing that's about to get me to go to Disney Plus is Get Back.
The
Beatles documentary.
Thing? Yeah.
The Beatles documentary. That I'm a huge Beatles fan. And I'm salivating to either purchase those when they're on DVD, which they will eventually do.
Right.
It's Apple. Apple Corps will put them on DVD to make some money off of them. I want it, but I'm itching to see them. So that may finally get me to buy it for a couple of months. So I can watch that. I don't know.
Look at this, Wubba. Wubba says, "Silverline family,
hey, Wubba.
What's up, Wubba?
Hola,
Wubba.
Hola,
Wubba.
senor.
We miss you, Wubba.
Yeah.
Ready to get you settled." Wubba's
it is the Unreal Engine that they used.
Is that that's Unreal Engine? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like something out of sci-fi. What's an Unreal Engine?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't sound like a good thing.
It's Unreal.
The Death Star is powered by the Unreal Engine, right?
Yeah.
It does sound a bit Matrix-y,
Quantum Drive. Quantum Drive.
Well, when you say holodeck, I have this, we have a lot of Ren fairs, Renaissance fairs here in an area called Irwindale. And I keep trying to convince my wife, I want us to dress up in Starfleet outfits and pretend we're on the holodeck as we walk through the Renaissance fair.
And really freak them out, man.
Yeah. Because we had, first time I took her to that, some guy was flirting with her. He was in costume. I've noticed all these Ren guys think they can start flirting with your girlfriend because they're in character. And after he started flirting with her, I said, "Hey, look, they have a village idiot here too."
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, because they can't break character. I've had a couple of friends that have worked at Ren Fair. Well, there's one in the Kansas City area, and they've told me, and I've walked up to them tried to start a conversation, and they don't break character. They still speak in an old English accent, and they'll talk like they're still living in that era. They won't talk about cell phones or anything like that. They'll go what? So yeah, it's a lot of fun to go to those. You really are kind of transported back in time.
Yeah, they're great. They're really fun. Definitely.
Well, I gotta know. I don't know if he does the Ren fairs, but he does the SCA, Society of Creative Anachronisms.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Yeah.
Very very similar thing. And he's one of the fighters. And they actually have regions and zones and districts and stuff like that they will actually have fights to see who controls the area. Wow. And they have he's shown me pictures, and there's 100 of these guys against 100 of them all out.
I'm now picturing that scene from Anchorman where all the news crews turn up. Is that what they do?
Yeah. Best scene ever. I love that scene.
It's got a trident.
Well, the best is when the History Channel showed up in that fight, and they had the ghost of Stonewall Jackson with a Minotaur there.
Oh my!
He showed me pictures one time. It had him. He spent a weekend at one of the fights, and his whole upper body was just bruised from taking all the beatings that they did. I don't know. It's like that's one thing to do a reenactment, but to come back all beat up and battered.
Yeah, go back into the office Monday and try and explain to Marge, the receptionist, why you look like you were in a car accident.
Right. I'm sorry.
I would joke. My wife and I got into a fight.
Yeah, my king declared war on the neighboring region, and we had to go take it from him.
What if two guys from two factions worked in the same office? Now that would be funny. And how did they?
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I know they've taken a picture of, or they've taken like a map of North America, and it's been literally just drawn into regions. Wow. That each district, I don't know what they call them. I've forgotten, but each district holds, and each of them, they have a king and a queen and a royal court, and yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
He goes to something all the time called Gulf Wars, and I think that they hold it down at the Gulf Coast, and that's where some of the stuff is done. So
Nice.
Huh.
yeah, I know he was super bummed. COVID year they canceled Gulf Wars, and he was
A lot of us were bummed about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, it's pretty interesting stuff. So, Lugo says, I wonder if the SEA still does their East Coast chapter versus West Coast chapter wars. Penzik. I don't know the answer to that. I bet my friend would know, but I don't know the answer to that. If they do, I'm sure he would be involved some way, somehow. I was looking to see if maybe he was on Discord here, and I'd shoot him a line real quick, but I don't see him on. Yeah, I don't know. He was real involved with it for a long time when he lived in Memphis. Then he moved over to the Atlanta area, and I think because he got out of his King's District or something like that, I don't think he did it quite as much. But also then he had a kid, so that takes
that
up
kind
a
of
little,
puts it puts a little damper on your life for a while.
Yeah, it does. Pete, you ready?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, who was it? It was some stand-up comedian went on the Tonight Show one night, and he was talking about how when he and his wife had their first child, and he goes, it's kind of like this, and he reached behind the couch, and he grabbed this little piece of chain and snapped it around on his leg, and then he reached behind and pulled out this big, looked like a ball of chain, and threw it out, and it had a diaper on it. He says that's what it's like.
Yeah, the thing that the thing for us, I think the biggest shift that we had to make is you couldn't be sporadic anymore. You couldn't say, hey, let's go do this.
You can't. Yeah, you can't spur of the moment things. Yeah,
right.
You can't do those anymore.
Yeah,
nope.
You're like, oh man, we got
not easily. It can be done, but it's not easy.
Yeah, because you got to say, well, who's going to watch the baby, or do we take the baby? And if you take the baby, then you got to pack the bag for all instances. So
y'all are scaring Pete.
It's too late. Whether he's scared or not, it don't matter anymore.
Well, it's like my wife's doctor's nurse said after the baby she came, you can't bring him back for a refund.
That's right. No returns.
You can't return them. No returns.
We'll see.
We'll see. Patrick, went much ages ago.
To a Ren Fair or what?
To the Penzik Wars.
Oh, Penzik Wars. Okay, yeah. It's the best thing you'll ever do, Pete. It changes your life, but it changes it for the better. It's pretty cool.
I thought it was the team up book that we just did. I thought that was the best.
That was pretty good.
Pete's like, yeah, you don't sound that convincing.
Yeah, you don't sound that convincing.
Well, mine are out of the house now.
Your wife standing over you saying, this is what you're going to say.
Well, it's easy to say now. They're both out of the house.
Right. Yeah. Now, what's the due date again, Pete? Is it May?
Yeah, it's meant to be the 22nd of May, but it won't be on time, will it? Let's be honest.
Right. Yeah.
But if it's anything like its mother, it won't arrive for.
What are you saying?
She's late to everything. It's acceptable.
Yeah.
And of course, Pete's like, and she's in bed and doesn't hear me saying this.
More importantly, she doesn't watch the stream, is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's what time is it there, Pete? It's like 5 hours before where I am. So
it's 2 a.m. Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
I mean, I was going to say it's 5 hours later than where I am right now. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah. 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
You mean she's not watching the show as you're on this, so she can?
No, she just gets me going with it. She trusts me now to manage my own stuff.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. It's more like, just go and get out of my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
leave
do
me
what you
alone.
got to do.
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
Yeah. We first started doing it. BJ was watching all the streams, and now she doesn't.
Yeah, Renee used to watch them too on Flip YouTube. She's not watching now. She's watching Hallmark Channel. Somebody falling in love on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, I think BJ's probably watching some cooking channel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my wife's probably downstairs watching some Christmas thing on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you can stream Netflix and do this at the same time.
That's right.
Yep.
I didn't think about that. So, Pete's 5 hours from me, and Curtis is 3 hours from me the other direction.
Yeah.
So the time difference between Pete and Curtis is 8 hours.
Whoa, that's weird.
Yep. A night's sleep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
So thanks for staying up late with us, Pete.
Oh yeah.
Pleasure. Always. I get work done. It's
it's like
just another 2 hours.
Well, when I was doing regular freelance work, those were the hours I worked from 10 o'clock until 2 in the morning. The most productive hours of the day.
Yep.
And I wish I could do that in this old 67-year-old body now, but it won't stay up that late anymore.
Yeah.
Not get up and do the things I got to do each day. Yeah.
Those were exactly my hours from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's like those were the most productive hours because everybody was in bed.
No phone calls, no interruptions.
No phone. This was pre-internet, so there was no Netflix or TikToks to get you lost in a black hole or YouTube. You just 10 to 2 was just work.
Definitely.
So.
Well, it looks like I think we're at almost 15 minutes left on the. Let me double check.
Yeah.
15.
We still haven't got that last $69. Somebody's got. Come on, folks.
Tommy still owes us that TikTok dance, so fingers crossed. All of a sudden, you see the numbers dropping.
It's Thomas's fault.
Yeah, Tommy, stop! Don't do it. No more twerking, Tommy. You still owe OCD.
Quit bringing it up.
So when we were at Daytona Beach, Tommy had
he's bringing it up.
He had like 2 followers right on TikTok, and Tommy's like, if I can get 20 followers before Daytona Beach is over, I'll twerk live, right?
Oh my God! That encourages people not to join.
No.
They did.
He ended up with 20. I want to say 22, 23 followers.
Oh my word! Did you twerk?
No, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. He owes him a live twerk.
Well, all I can say is if he's going to, that background works perfectly that he has right now.
That's right. That's
the stage, Tommy Flormonte.
That's a reindeer running by now.
Yes, it is.
I have to get the appropriate music, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's put a big skull on there.
Oh, someone just did it.
Oh, look.
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Yeah! Thank you. Thank you. Whoever that was.
Yep. Whoever that was, it made that pledge. Put us over, and now everyone is going to get R.A. Jones gun.
Yeah. Gun Glory.
Gun Glory. Thank you. Gun Glory.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah.
Winner, winner,
Uh,
chicken
cool,
dinner.
Cool.
Great job.
Very,
Thank
very
you.
cool.
Very
Let's see
cool.
here. Got another. Eric Fitz said, "Good evening or good night, everyone. Will you be launching any other books in December or January? What's the next
January.
3 or 4 books set to launch?" That is a great question, Eric. Might you be the Eric I've swapped some emails with? The last name I'm not sure of, but I've swapped some emails with Eric about this Kickstarter. Are you the same one? If you would clarify that for me, please, or clarify, whatever. So the answer to your question is not in December, but yes, in January. So what we try to do on a normal situation is that we try to do them every other month. And that way what we do is we run them, and then that gives us a month to okay.
Get all the
Do all the
paperwork
work.
done.
No, he says
Do
he
all
is.
the
So I just say this, Eric. I want to say it aloud because so all these guys can hear, and I won't go into all the details. But you know, based on the emails that you and I swapped, thank you so very much. You guys. Eric is. Let me say this much. Eric is a big supporter of this Kickstarter, and he is. Yeah. So thank you so much, Eric, for really helping bring this to life. So to answer your question is that what we try to do is we try to run one, give it the month to get the money from Kickstarter, place our order, and then ship them out. And usually they ship like a week before our next Kickstarter launches. So that gives us about every other month. I will tell you this: we've already got our dates set for next year. See if I can find it here. And our next Kickstarter is slated to you don't have to give your real name. Our next Kickstarter is slated for January the 13th to the 30th, and that's going to be Rejects #1 and Sniper and Rook #1.
Nice.
For those of you who don't, I didn't ask him for his real name. He's putting up here. So Eric Sims, Ari Jones, Pistol Arrow, Western back in the 90s was awesome. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Yep.
Looking forward to his book, Make Mine Silverline. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys, we all owe Eric a huge, and let me just say a huge thanks for his support on this Kickstarter.
Thank you,
Thank
Eric.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, so we've got them planned. So from January 13th to the 30th, March 10th to the 27th, May 5th to the 22nd, July 7th to the 24th, September 1 to the 18th, and then November 3 to 20. That's our 22 Kickstarter schedule. Oh man, this is Eric says, thank you guys for making great books.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
Yo, please.
What a jerk. What a jerk.
I don't mean that, obviously. but thank
That's like Han Solo. I know.
I know.
you. I should have said that. Yeah. Should have said
One shot first, right?
That's right. He did.
Yeah. So
did.
now, as to the actual books, Eric. So I've started working on the 2 blog entries for the end of the year and the first of the year. Basically, the end of the year, the last one will be a review of 2021, and then the first one of the year will be. I didn't mean to make it go. There it goes. So
9 minutes.
Windows, if you grab a window and shake it, all the other windows go away. And
that's weird.
literally everything jumps off your desktop, and I accidentally did that and everything went away, and I'm like, no. So Eric, let me just give you a rundown of these are the books that could potentially kickstart next year. Now here's the deal. We do them every other month, right? And we do them 2 per month just because we have so many books that are in production. I'm about to read off a list to you.
A lot of books. I'll just
I'm going to
interrupt
read
you.
off a list of 18 books. Okay. I'm not
Yep.
sure exactly yet how this is going to happen.
Yeah, because somehow or another you're going to change how many months are in the year. I don't know. How you're gonna do that.
Right, yeah. So I'm just gonna run down the list. Okay, this is the ones that are some of these are this close to being finished already, right? Some of them still have a little bit to go. So I'm looking down, middle of the year, at the end part of the year. But some of them, I mean, they're like, you can't see my hand, but they're like that close to being ready, right? So here's the list of the books, right? So Rejects #1, Sniper and Rook Volume 2 #1, Cat and Mouse #4, Wolf Hunter #1, Obsoletes #1. Jackson, I sent you a link. Join us, man. Divinity #3, Bear #2, Silverline Team Up #2, Trumps 3
Crap, that's
and
me.
4. What's that, Pete?
So crap, that's me.
No, you got 2 of those books, Pete.
Yep.
I wasn't listening to the first bit.
It's at Trump's #4.
Oh yeah, I'll do that as well.
Yeah.
When do you want
then
to put that on Kickstarter? Because I really need deadlines. I really need deadlines. Otherwise, I'll just
Get it
do
out. Never hurts. Yeah.
loads of stuff.
okay. All right.
And work at a pace that is not commercially viable.
Well, we'll talk about it. I'll work something up. I'll send you an email and we'll get some worked up.
Don't say January the 1st, obviously. But
No, I'm going to say May the 22nd.
yeah, I'm good that day.
There you go. That'll work.
Well, I don't have to do much, do I? I just got to sit there.
Nah, that's right. Yeah, you're not going to do any work.
Have the iPad out.
I will say this: if you decide to video it, just be sure of your angles.
Yeah, why be doing that?
There you go.
Yeah,
That's like videoing the fireworks. If people record fireworks, but never ever watch the video again. I was like, no, not going to happen.
Okay, so then there's Switchblade #2, Teen Beetle #2. There's White Devil #2, Twilight Grimm #4. And these are not in any certain orders, just because you already heard Rob say he's done, right?
It's done.
One of those books, right? This is one of those books. It's like it's this close. Night Rise #1, Shadow Ghost #1, Satin's Ways #1, Kalis Volume 2 #1. Yeah, so that's 18 books. Stephen Brown says, "Hey, what's up, Stephen?"
Hey.
Jackson says 18 books. Yes, Jackson. And again, I sent you a link, dude. Click on that link. And
Come
then
on down.
Atrocity Press says, "What up? What up? What up, Atrocity? Thank you for joining us tonight." Let's see if I can get back over here. Jackson, look in your Facebook messages, and you'll see.
That's where I found it.
So Eric says, so the main factor that dictates what's released and the order is when they're ready and finished being produced. Man, that's an awesome list. Sure, you don't want to go monthly. Are you trying to kill me? Yeah, it is an awesome list. I will absolutely 100% agree with that. And yes, the main factor that dictates what's released and the order is when they're ready. And I'll tell you, Eric, we don't ever want to be that company that people say,
I heard somebody beep.
I pledged to this book and it fulfilled, and I'm not going to, and I've been waiting months for the book. We don't ever want that to be us. So we will launch when we've got, just a little bit, maybe a couple of pages of letters or some, like we launched Twilight Grimm
when it's that close to being done.
Right. Yeah, I think the only thing we
very,
had to do
very
was,
close.
I think we needed a couple covers for White Devil, for the extras.
I remember seeing those. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will launch when there's just a little bit to do. If it's something that, okay, we can finish this within the 2 weeks. The 2 weeks time that it takes us to the kickstart and then fulfillment. So it gives us, about 3 weeks ish. If I'm thinking, we can finish this in 3 weeks, then I'm good to go, because I don't want us when the campaign is over and we get the funds from Kickstarter. I don't want us to have to sit and wait for anything because we got to get it out. Yeah. Eric says we appreciate that. No one wants to be Image in 90s. No.
And
you're absolutely right. And I think there's enough crowdfunders, and I'll toss Indiegogo in with that people are, they're like, man, I pledged this book and it's been 2 years and I'm still waiting on a book. And, I don't ever want that to be us. I want you to back us because you want the product, not because you're not sure you'll get it. If you decide you're not going to back, it's not going to be because you don't know you'll get the product. It's going to be, oh, well, I don't know that I like that book. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair thing. But I don't ever want it to be because you're like, well, I don't want to back it because I might not get it. Nope. Don't want that to be us. Jackson says not in video mode. Sorry. All right. Jackson, his hair's not done is what he's saying.
Not camera ready.
What hair?
Yeah.
Well, he come on like Haley. She just does a voice because her camera's broke.
Yeah. Jackson, I am going to send you. I'm going to send you a date though. You gotta make sure you shower and do your hair up that night because we're going to try to get a great big Silverline get together. So there's 100. So we're looking at the countdown now. We got 105 seconds left to go. But we are looking for those of you who are watching with us right now. Where did my calendar go? We are looking at December. Oh shoot! I want to make sure I'm going to get this wrong. I think we said December 22nd on a Wednesday night. We're going to try. That's the night we're going to try to have a great big Silverline bash. Get just as many people as we can on that night.
It's going to be a mess. It'll be fun.
It is going to be a mess, but
the largest number of people you could supposedly get on this is 10. So
we're going to have to
cheat.
You're going to stretch that, huh?
Well, no, we're gonna either go with Discord, probably with Discord.
Okay.
We might go Zoom. So
okay, I got Zoom, so I can do that.
Yeah.
But Discord, I every time I try to use that, it's so I'm just discombobulated.
We might do Zoom then. That might just be easier to.
I mean, you do what you need to do, and I'll figure it out if I have to. But every time I look at Discord, I'm going, it's not. I can't intuitively figure out how to work it.
Rob, I'm a computer guy, and I don't like Discord either. I don't know what the deal is.
I really don't like it. I've been on computers since the late 80s.
Exactly.
And there are certain things that I go, who designed this?
I know, that's what I say. And Roland's like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, no, I'm not an idiot. I know I'm an idiot.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Where's the?
Well done.
There it is. Did you see the explosion?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Hold on, even on that.
Another one.
How many does that make now, Roland?
Yeah, what is it now?
That
15,
is
16, 17?
that is number 15.
Wow.
Whoa. That's
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, number
Nice.
15. So
Congrats.
Congratulations, guys.
yeah.
Cool.
Good job all. So
Definitely.
And number 4 is in the can from me,
Yes.
and the rest of it's coming soon.
yep.
So-
Yes, it is. So yeah, we'll probably see Twilight Grimm 4 sooner than later next year.
Yeah, I'm figuring probably spring, hopefully before Planet Comic-Con, which
When
is
is that?
I'm trying to think. It's either April or May. I've got 2 different conventions I'm going to. One's in April and one's in May, and I can never keep straight which one's which. I think Planet Comic-Con is April, but that's a guess. Like April 22nd, somewhere in there. That's my annual comics show.
Gotcha.
Yep. Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yes. Yeah, and you'll be there. Patrick Legault sent us a champagne bottle.
Thank you, thank you.
Yay!
I'm gonna start drinking.
Yes.
Yeah. So good job, all. Rob, it's a great looking book. It's
Well, thank you.
Yep. You're very welcome. Good looking book. I haven't had the chance yet to flip through all of number 4 just yet, but 1, 2, and 3 all look really good, and so I'm excited that this will be
Some of the best work I've done in many, many years. So
yeah,
it was fun. It was
It
fun.
was good. And you know what? That's key. I tell that to everyone but Pete. It's gotta be fun.
Yeah, Pete's just doing it for the money. The rest
That's
of us
right.
are doing it for
I'm
fun.
here for the money. Not gonna lie.
Mercenary.
Anyone who said otherwise is lying.
He's got to make baby money now. So
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. You know what?
That's
We're probably
true.
not going to hear "Mama wants new shoes" anymore, are we?
that's right.
No, yeah, you will.
Somebody's,
He knows his wife better than that.
That's not
Yeah.
going to change.
she needs. We need formula now. We don't need new shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think my
Yeah, it's
Ferrari's
going-
off the table there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to turn that
You
second
may-
Tesla in.
Family
You're gonna have to
friendly,
sell it.
You may have to see if you can get your down payment back.
Sorry about that, Pete.
Oh, kids.
No, Pete's the one that did it. It's his
Yeah.
fault.
It is your fault.
Yeah, it's his
Takes
fault.
2.
Well, that's
Takes
true
2.
too. Yeah.
Well, and then there's also the saying, "Mama's baby, Papa's maybe." There's that
Oh.
Well, a
Oh.
lot of, yeah. A
I'm
lot of people I've asked have always
I'm
responded
not
the same
saying
thing.
anything in this case, but
All right, so for the Kickstarter here, you guys, I know you probably know how it goes, but what will happen is Kickstarter will take some time to collect the money, and that takes them, I think, about a week to collect it, and then it takes them about 2 weeks to get the ish. It generally, so far in my experience, it has fallen on about the 2 weeks and a day or two for me to get the money. So it's right at 2 weeks. In that time, what happens, I prep all the files and get them ready so that as soon as I get the money, I place the order with Kablam, and then they do their work, their printing magic on it, and then I
We
get
go cut some trees down and get paper from someplace.
mash it in pulp, right? Yeah, and then
you'll also contact folks like me to do their sketches or
Yes,
send you original art or whatever.
and there
that
are
is.
sketches. I feel pretty safe to say, I don't think he would mind me saying, Eric is going to be the recipient.
Cool, very good.
Yep. So yeah, that will be.
Thanks
that will
again,
be, yes.
Eric.
Yeah. And I will send out probably in the end of this week. I will send out surveys for you that basically says, hey, what's your address, what's your email address, to make sure that I get all that stuff, that I can send you all the rewards. I need your email address, obviously, so I can send you the R.E. Jones book.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
and I'll need to send you a link for that too.
Yep.
And
so
hit me up for it. I'll get it to you.
I will. Yeah. So that'll all take about 2 weeks to get together through Kickstarter's end. And then, like I said, we'll send that out to Kablam. I usually, because we know people, I can sometimes get some of the files uploaded to them early. Sometimes, so that I can sometimes say, hey, can I get in line? Can I get in line yet?
Get in line.
Yeah. And sometimes they'll say, yeah, you can get in line. And then
right
but
behind everybody else.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you get in line. There is a line. So
yeah, there's a line. But I usually can say, hey, can I get in line now, so that when I get the money, I can already be in line and then pay them.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I know you don't. But yeah, and so that's kind of the way that goes. So if you see that in a week's time you got a request from Kickstarter for a survey, please fill that out. So we can make sure that we have an address to send to you. Send to you your books. So, but we're not looking to ship those to you until 2022. So,
sometime in January. Yeah.
Yeah, or early. Well, it'll be early January, but yeah. Again, our next Kickstarter launches on the 13th. So, my experience, these books will probably go out around the 8, 9, 10 mark.
Yeah,
right?
5 days to a week before. Yeah,
Yep.
before the next one. Yeah,
Right.
I've noticed that when I get my package of stuff, it's usually about a week before the next Kickstarter starts.
Yeah.
The only thing that's really holding us back, or holding Kablam back, I don't know if I didn't say us, I meant Kablam, is there is a global paper shortage. So as soon as we get paper, we're printing. So we're getting stuff out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I
know.
It's so weird. So
it is very weird.
Yeah.
It's probably all sitting out on the boats.
But a lot of our paper comes from Canada. That's just across the border. That shouldn't be on a ship.
Yeah,
it literally is a mess right now. That and all of the printer parts and all that kind of stuff. It's
everything's a mess.
We're a good week or two behind, and we're there.
Well,
what
can you do? You can only do what you can do.
That's right. Yeah, you can only do what you can do. Yeah, I know. I saw a Mackenzie post. Mackenzie's got one of the books coming up. That she's been waiting. I think she said 30 days for a part for her truck.
Oh Lord!
Wow, really?
She hadn't been able to.
I had an accident with my car. Planet Comic-Con had their spring show. They're normally in the spring. They pushed it back to August. As I was going there, I had a car accident. It took 5 weeks to get the car fixed.
Oh, really?
I was without my car for 5 weeks.
Wow.
And part of that was waiting for parts.
Wow.
Yeah. So everything's in a mess right now.
Yeah.
So
and the printer parts that we're getting for replacement stuff is, I think they're as production of all that stuff is getting back in, that some of the parts are coming through and they're not quite as good as they should be, and they're wearing out a little faster than they should, and everything is a mess.
What I am finding is that when I go somewhere to have a service done, the service is not as good as it was before the pandemic.
Right.
Something somewhere clicked, and people just they're not willing. I guess they're not willing to work as hard, or I don't know what it is, but my customer service at many places that I've gone to has sucked.
Yeah,
it's been really bad. Like the folks that did the repairs on my car, they didn't communicate very well with me what was going on at all. My blood pressure was through the roof before I finally got my car back, because I didn't. He was going, it'll be done in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Well, a week later, it'll be done in a couple of days. He called me one day. He made the mistake of calling me on my phone. I lit into the guy. I was that angry. I said, just fix that car.
I think it's
get it done.
Yeah,
it's that with pretty much everything. Everything is running behind from parts getting in, and everybody's just on edge as things are.
I guess
everybody wants to. We do know that everybody's not going back to work like they need to, but what they are doing, everybody's just a little on edge. Everybody's worried about the new Decepticon virus and blah blah blah, whatever the hell.
Is it Omicron or is it Omicron?
Who knows?
It's COVID-19 version 12.
Version 12. That would have been the easiest thing to say. But everybody's just a little on edge about everything. We all just need to calm down.
Well, just to kind of calm everybody down about Omicron. Evolution of viruses is such that it may become more contagious, but it also becomes less deadly.
Yeah, that's what they were saying today.
It's evolving so that it can survive.
Yes.
And the longer its host survives, the more people it can infect. Yeah. So as it evolves, it's more likely to get less dangerous. It's just going to be more contagious. It's getting closer to the flu, where the flu it doesn't kill as many people. It's still going to kill people, but it doesn't kill as many. So anybody that's panicking about this, calm down. Number one, we don't know. Yeah. We don't know anything yet. And number two, it's more likely to be less deadly. So
I heard someone
get your vaccine and calm down.
I heard someone talking about on the radio that they're like, yeah, this new one, it's called the cold.
It may get to the point where it's like the common cold. It just makes you feel yucky for a while, and then you're through it. That may be where it gets. Yeah, I mean, so, but the people are working hard on it. So get your vaccine, wear your mask, wash your hands, do all that good stuff, and
try not to gang up on people and be all
exactly.
Just stay cool for a little while longer. You can get out and do your thing and just give everybody a little space. We know that when you're ganged up on people and you're too close, and that's where people are getting sick. And just don't do that.
And the good thing is it's slowing us down a little bit. We were all moving too fast. It's just gotta get this done. Slow down a little bit.
Yeah, Roland, that means I'm not going to get the next book done.
All right, so as we get out of here, Curtis has
Curtis has got an announcement.
Yep, got something special to share tonight.
Sure. So
he's got a biking video too.
It has biking shorts in it, but I don't know if you want
okay.
No, it's
so before we share it, Curtis, tell us about what this is. So everyone has seen on our Sunday nights, everyone has seen you working on Shadow Ghost, bits and pieces here and there. It's the comic that you're working on. So I'll equip them with that information. You fill in the rest.
Sure. So, it's kind of funny how things work out. I was kind of I had done a lot of concept art and kind of development. So I figured, I'd slowly leak out a piece of concept art. And I guess word got around, and there's a musician that liked it and wanted to make a music video with his music kind of themed on the comic book. And the funniest thing is I found out that this musician, his name is Capitan Wallace. He's actually a classmate of mine. We didn't study at the same time, but he studies under the same Kung Fu master that I studied under. And so we have a very similar interests, similar mindset. And so over the last couple of months, we've been working on things. We made a prop comic book that Kablam printed for the music video. And the cool part about it is it's actually starring my Kung Fu classmate. In Kung Fu, we call it like a family. So he's my senior Kung Fu brother. He's my higher up colleague, and his daughter are starring in it. So it's Master Tony Wong and his daughter Megan Wong. So that's kind of the whole thing. And that's the music video. It's by gentleman's name is Capitan Wallace, and it's also by Alan Yip, who plays traditional Chinese instrumentation. So that's the deal.
So can you go ahead and share that now?
Let's try that. I'm gonna.
All right. This is the Grand Silverline debut.
All right, and I think I just put it. You might see on the bottom there, Ron. It's my first time trying this.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, that was good.
I like it. That was good.
What happened? Curtis lost connection.
Oh man!
I can see he's frozen here. Let's see if I can break. Look, see, he's frozen.
Oh, now he just He probably ate up all of his bandwidth.
Oh no!
He probably ate up all his bandwidth trying to stream that to us.
While we're waiting for Curtis to return, let me go ahead and answer this question here. Eric said, "There's Curtis coming back."
I think we broke it. Why don't I'll send you the YouTube link, and maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll
okay.
work.
All right, we'll try that then. Yeah.
I think you overwhelmed your bandwidth.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
There was just too much awesomeness in it. Sorry.
So next time, what you'll have to do is do what Tommy did. He shared the whole file with me in Dropbox, and then that way I just played that video file like he said. So let's see if I can get Eric's question answered here. Let me look this up real quick, Eric. I have a
what was the biggest Kickstarter book you guys had out of the 15? And will you do a trade paperback every time a 4-issue series concludes, like you did with Kalis? Yeah.
Yes. So I keep a. This is just kind of my document that I keep. See if I can share it. I guess I don't know that there's anything on here.
No trade secrets.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's anything on here that. Let me share it. Share screen, share window,
and Sunny.
Sunny share. Okay, so I keep this document here that just you can see. This is kind of where I had the 22 schedule, the Silverline Kickstarter history. You can see I'm kind of anticipating stuff. That's neither here nor there yet. And of course, I got to fill in this because this one just ended. Our biggest one to date. Now, I'm gonna tackle this from two parts. There's I'm going to say biggest in terms of money and biggest in terms of backers, right? So our biggest in terms of money, I am pretty sure that's going to be Steam Patriots and Steam Patriots and Divinity 2. And that one was $7,800.
Wow.
And it had 154 backers. I think our largest number of backers was all the way back to Cat and Mouse number 1 right here, and we got 221 backers. But we didn't get the same monetary amount, but we had the most backers. So it's 221 backers, Cat and Mouse number 1. And then that's the largest backer number. And then the largest dollar figure was Divinity number 2 and Steam Patriots number 1. So that's your first question. And will you do trade paperback every time a 4-issue series concludes like you did with Kalis? The answer to that is also yes. How we do that, I don't know just yet, but we, yes, the intent is to do these and then eventually collect them. So as I'm sure you know, trade papers have a much longer shelf life than individual comics. The plan also, Eric, is to once we get a couple, and we're this close, right? Once we get a couple of these series in the bank, we're going to go to a Diamond. That's the plan. And assuming it doesn't break our bank, then we're going to just start releasing them through Diamond and comic shops as well. But I don't ever want, and the reason we're waiting a little bit is I don't ever want there to be a time when there's not a Silverline book on the available that month. So in other words, I don't want to start, let's just say January and go January, February, March, April. Oh no, there's no books for May or June, right? Because I think we all know that if you're not in the catalog, the retailers will forget you really quick. And so the intent is to get us a couple of them that are ready. And then that way we can just say, boom, every month there's a new Silverline book. And that can include trades. We can, it doesn't have to be one of the series we're doing, but we could do, let's just say, Kalis 1, 2, 3, 4, Twilight Grimm 1, 2, 3, 4, Kalis trade, and then the next series, that kind of thing. But I don't ever want there to be a month that Silverline isn't in the
Previews.
previews. Yeah. So yeah. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Oh, it started already. So I have a link now from Curtis from YouTube.
Oh, sure.
Let's.
And you may want to, unless you have a paid plan, you may want to just play it first and let the ad go through before you share it with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's already
good to go? All right.
Yeah, ready to play. So
Nice.
let me try this again. We're gonna share. I'm gonna share my tab because
I'll do the noises.
Audio, entire screen 2, window. It's gonna make me share an entire screen for the. Let's see if this works first. Okay.
Cool. Cool.
Let's see here. StreamYard. No, cancel. Hold on. I gotta move this tab. All right, now let's try it again. Share screen, system audio, Captain Wallace. Okay. Whoa. That's better.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
You guys got to let me know if you can hear this.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
No.
No? Okay. I didn't think so. So I'm going to have to, let me rearrange some windows here because I'm going to have to share this entire screen in order to get the sound, I think. So let's try full screen there. Oh, you still can't. I'm still sharing. Never mind. Like that looks really good.
Uh-huh.
But let's try.
Look, there it went away.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Share screen, share audio system, share screen 1. Be careful sharing screen audio. If you have a guest, they will hear themselves. Okay. Got it. Okay, so we ready? Let's try this again.
Go.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
What?
Curtis, were you in the video?
No, I wasn't. It was up north in San Francisco, but my DNA is in there, so let's put it that way.
Well, I don't know how you got it up there, but all right. Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is that the studio is actually my teacher's studio, which is kind of funny because I based the design in the comic book of that studio, so it all kind of came together, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Very
Very
cool.
cool.
Thanks,
Eric
guys.
said, dig the song in the video. Congrats, Curtis. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very cool plan regarding Diamond. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, gentlemen,
Yep.
for your time and for sharing. You guys are appreciated. Thank you so very much, Eric. Very, very much so. So, yeah, just, the whole Diamond thing, just kind of keep your ears peeled and we just take it a month at a time and see what we can get done and see where we are, and we'll make those decisions kind of as we get a couple of projects wrapped up. We're really close to getting a couple completely done. As Kalis is done. Twilight Grimm is that close to being done, and
Yep.
Cat and
Pretty
Mouse is
close. Yep.
Fire Rush is close, so we've got a couple that are really close to being done. Fire Rush is only a 3-issue series, so we're really close to getting a couple of done, and once that gets there, then I will feel better about taking that huge leap to Diamond. So, yeah, I think there will be.
They still have a minimum order level on books?
I don't
The last time I looked at it, it was crazy.
I don't know the answer to
there-
that. I would
Yeah,
assume
okay.
again, it's been too long since I've dealt with them. I would assume that because of the changes, what with the Marvel and DC distribution, I would assume that they've got to have some flexibility.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think
you
so.
would-
But
you would
I
think.
haven't looked at them in a while.
I haven't
I was
either. I
thinking
haven't
about-
talked to anyone there for a long time.
I was thinking about trying to release some of the self-published things that I've done through Diamond, and the numbers were just. I looked at it and I can't make money at this.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the way they
And
had it set up, but
and
it's
also
better.
that's a
The
fear.
numbers are better on graphic novels than they are on monthly books.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Which is, which is a part of the reason that we're kind of working towards the trade, because I think those will have a longer shelf life, and retailers tend to favor them a little bit more today. So
they do, yeah.
but it makes it
Sell
easier
more places.
for us to produce them in the chunks like we do, so that we can crowdfund them and get a little bit of money in. And if we were to sit and ask Pete, hey Pete, you want to draw 100 pages so that we can so we can release this, that's a lot of pages to do on and so it's just easier to do them in smaller chunks and try to raise some money as we go. So, all right, guys. Well, our time has come to an end. I'm sure we could continue to ramble on. Rob,
Easy. Yep.
Yeah, easy to talk shop, right?
Yeah, I had forgotten or didn't realize that you wanted me to come on again this week, and then you sent me that little link, and my notifications popped up and with the link, and I went, oh, I guess he wants me to come.
I better click that button.
So
I better go take a shower, right?
and I hadn't shaved in like 3 days because I don't go out and do anything anymore. I'm retired, so everything I do is at home. I maybe go out once a week. So
You mean that
I let the
your
beard grow
mustache
out a little bit.
and your goatee and mustache? That's just 3
This-
days
this
worth
is-
of growth.
Three
Wow,
days.
that's really cool.
No, this right here.
Oh, okay,
The
I
thing-
got you.
And the reason that I don't let this grow in is that it really is scraggly. There's the
Yeah.
open spots, and so this is But then I let this grow if I'm not going out anywhere.
Yeah, when that happens
So
to the dog,
this is
we
more
got the
information
mange.
than anybody needed
Right.
to know about my grooming habits.
Rob, tell folks where they can find you on the interwebs.
Well, I have my own domain, robmdavis.com. The opening page on that has a not been updated lately bio, and has links to other places. I'm on Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn. If anybody's in that, I'm doing a little bit more on LinkedIn than I did before. Facebook is getting a little too censorious for me.
Oh man.
It's crazy some of the stuff that the algorithm is doing now.
Let's
And
don't go down that black hole.
It slaps you on the hand, and then for silly reasons, and then when you try and do something about it, you can't get to a human being
Oh my goodness.
to get things fixed. So if I could, I would quit Facebook entirely. But there's too many things associated with Airship 27 and some of the stuff I do. But I'm on LinkedIn a lot more now. Rob M. Davis is usually the moniker that I use. It might have a number after it if there's more than one Rob M. Davis. But Airship27Hangar.com is where you can find all the information about all the Airship 27 books. Every time we do a new book, I update it and it gets put on there. All the books they're all on one page. You can just scroll down. There's a list off on the navigation bar on the left-hand side that'll take you to, if you're looking for a specific character or book, it'll take you directly to it. But I try to make it as easy as possible. People have told me you need to make it easy for people to use it on their phone. Well, that's a lot of work, folks.
Yeah.
I could do it, but it's a lot of work, and there's other things I'd rather do than play around with the. But anyway, that's where people can find me.
Sounds good.
Come looking.
Thank you, Curtis. What about you? Where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Sure. So, always two paths: the comic books and the martial arts. For Kung Fu, it's Tiger Crane 805 on YouTube and Instagram. And the website for that is tigercrane.net. And then for the comic book, it's Shadow Ghost Comic. That's on Facebook and Instagram, and just released the website, theshadowghost.com. And just a big shout out to two people, to Patrick Lugo on the Comics Fu Show, who was chiming in. We have a new episode coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. And also for Capitan Wallace, who made that music video with Alan Yip. Thank you so much. And you can find him. It's one word, Capitan Wallace. That's Wallace spelled WALAS on Instagram and also on Facebook. So that's all the info.
So how far along is the comic now, Curtis? We're roughly percentage.
I would say
60%,
about
40%.
40% done, and kind of the cool thing as part of the process is I kind of skipped over the pencils and it's just going straight to ink. So yeah. So it's cool. It's coming along.
Good deal. Well, we'll get back to watch some of that on our stream maybe next week.
Sure.
Tommy, what about you? Where can folks find you?
Just Thomas Flormonte. Look me up on the internet. It's FLORIMONTE. I know it sounds confusing, but it's easy to spell. Mostly on Facebook, even though Facebook is kind of junky. But that's pretty much where you can find me. Go to infernostudios.com. Yeah, it is. But if you need to find me, that's where you can find me. That's the easiest place. I've got an Instagram too. It's I think it's T Flormonte, and then I got a TikTok thing we talked about earlier. It's Tommy Don't TikTok. If I get 50 people, I'll do the dance.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Ponzi scheme.
It is. Ponzi scheme. Yeah.
Or go to infernostudios.com and you can find links and stuff there.
Nice. Pete, what about you, Papa Pete?
Papa Pete, I like that. That sounds good. Papa Pete.
Yeah, it's my new superhero. It's more villainous, isn't it, Papa Pete? Yeah. On the Google, you type in Peter Clinton art. It's that simple, actually.
Can't get any easier than that.
Cannot get easier than that. That's right.
That will take you really to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if you want to follow me on Twitter. Not a lot goes on there. Tick and Talk.
The Tick and Talk.
But I don't do anything on that. That's it, on Facebook, right? Facebook and website, and
All right, sounds good. And you can find me on Roland Man. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the places. Just look for me there, and you will find me. And until next time. Oh, I almost forgot last time. Don't forget, we've got a Tuesday show. These guys will be 8 to 12 Pacific time. And then on Wednesday, the Wednesday Whammers will be back 8 to 12 Eastern time. No, I'm sorry, 8 to 12, 8 to 10.
They're
I'm
on a
thinking-
wall. They
I'm
like
thinking
to
how
talk.
I'm thinking how long they do like to talk. I'm thinking how many hours they're behind us.
Yeah.
Tuesday is 8 to 10 Pacific time, which is something like, what is it?
11 to
1 my time,
Yeah,
right?
Eastern,
Eastern
yeah.
time. So, and then the Whammers will be here 8 to 10
Yeah.
Eastern time on Wednesday. And until then, remember to make
Mine
mine
Silver
silver line.
Line.
Good night, everybody.
You gotta look at the camera.
And say it loud.